Basketball, you betcha. I'm back. It's the Daily Trainer, and I'm always here to give you what you need, guaranteed to succeed in the game that you love to play each and every day. Hey, I'm with my man P, and we out here getting it once again. This time around, we're just working on some small detailed things. Again, just a little bit of steps with some momentum into some footwork for his shot or his hook. And right now, what you're probably seeing is the hook and just a nice, easy touch, right? People think when I say hook, we're thinking Kareem, we're thinking Magic with the sky hook, the running hook. Like, nah, it's just about being taller than everybody and trying to elevate not only above, but also putting the shot with your elevation high enough to where the defender can't block it. And sometimes that angle is tough being a bigger player when some people think it's a lot easier and you should just be throwing the ball down into the rim. It doesn't work like that because those players that are big under there are similar with their athleticism or their length. So you have to be skilled when it comes to shooting over players of that caliber and of that size. So just something to consider when you're watching. Another thing that he didn't realize that he could do is he could still shoot a jump shot, but more in controlled situation where he kind of freezes his defender a little bit and then elevates and gets the shot up. So we're just working on a little bit of footwork with like a turnaround to where the defender stops, still loaded, and by the time they load to step to basically block or attempt to block, they're more reaching than at max elevation. So again, this game isn't hard. You don't have to have all these different things and moves all the time, especially in the paint, being his height. So something I want to emphasize all the time is the simplicity of the game, and we get so far away from it. One thing I talked to him about, but we didn't do it, just time constraints, was if he can find an angle on his turnaround. He has a nice bank shot there too, and that's a lost art for sure, but definitely can be used once or twice a game, and it makes it easier to get that shot up and over a defender, understanding that you're hitting a spot and your focus doesn't have to be like zeroed in on making it the perfect touch, the perfect height to swish a shot over somebody. So using that bank is key. And then obviously you work both sides of the court. You also want to talk about areas on the floor because it's all about familiarity, right? As much as you have reps, you got to be familiar where you are on the floor so you're not thinking about it when shooting. So it's just something to keep touching on. I'm sure I talked about consistency. I'm sure I've talked about visualization before. Just, again, seeing something over and over again, the confidence, right? The confidence is there. And so that is another thing that I've also explained to you guys. And I just want to keep emphasizing that. The key to really filming these and why I'm filming these, because it's not something where it's very exciting. It's not clip by clip going crazy with dunks or something like that or moves. I film it this way because I just want you to see the boring progression, right? I think everything in basketball or surrounded by basketball is excitement. What they wear to, how people play, the pace of the game. It's fast, it's flair, it's flashy, and this is the boring part. This is the boring part where people get better. It's just doing those things over and over again. And again, like, I also do this too because there are basketball minds out there that will tell me maybe he's not loading enough, maybe he's not getting enough elevation and lift on his shot, maybe he's fading on his shot when he should be going straight up to work on it first. So I'm all about, suggestions as well because I don't know it all, right? Even though I'm here for you each and every day. What I appreciate about P, though, is one thing no matter how much success he's having in a workout or how good he feels in a workout, he's always thinking about the next step to get better or that next thing he can do to even make what we're doing better. So he always will ask questions And that's just something that I like, because I know for, the hour and a half, depending on how long we're in the gym, he is really only thinking about basketball. And sometimes you guys have to kind of block everything out so that you can put that focus on getting better. Because a lot of times we carry a lot of baggage in the gym, and sometimes we're not always 100% there, which I understand, that's life, and you have to be able to move those pieces in and out of your mind so that you can put all the pieces together on the court. All right. And for him, he wants to be a wing, but he does have to have a post presence. Not so much the strength aspect of it, but the skill aspect of it, because there are going to be times where he gets ran off the line for the three. He's going to be able to put the ball on the ground maybe once before people jump him or close his gap. So now he's going to have to turn his back to the basket and be able to make a play. So that is more of what I'm trying to help him understand as time is passing us by. And then also, you're not seeing it here, but I'm going to get him in better shape as well. Being thinner and being able to run and shoot and do what he's very capable of doing, being in the best shape is going to be key for him, because it's such an advantage to be able to throw the ball down the floor to a bigger target, which then creates easier opportunities for him on the run, because it's just one move bump, one move and picking that ball up, and he can score it with the best of them, right? Especially in transition. So again, the simplicity of the game makes the game easier for you if you understand what pockets of the game you can get an advantage. And height, length, and then the ability to know how to use his speed when needed is going to be key for this young man. And again, I can't tell you guys enough, it's finding your secret, your little niche that's going to give you that small advantage over, whoever you're going against or playing against, because there's always those pockets of times where people kind of just are falling asleep. And a quick example of that is kind of like the Olympic team when they were playing Serbia, and how they just kind of found small pockets where I think it was LeBron, to be honest with you, he pushed the ball in transition and it would just catch them off guard, because what they were looking for was a slowed down half court set. It's a close game. USA is going to try to run a set to one of their better players and get a score, but the players pushed the ball in transition, and that was the advantage there, especially with the tired, beat down team that was kind of demoralized because of their mindset. And again, there is a physical conditioning, which I was talking about earlier, but there is also a mental conditioning that you have to go through, especially for times like that when there's so much on the line. Basketball, the game is very detailed, but it is also in parts. If you can put it in parts to where you understand things little at a time, it's easier to put everything else together. We've got to stop doing so many different things to try to get good at everything. Just find one thing that you want to get good at. Even if you're not good at it, just find that thing and work on it. And when you continue to work on it, you're going to see the progression. You will see faster progression working on the one thing than working on 7 different things and hoping to get better in one area. See, that is kind of the misconception of training is I've been working on my handle, I've been working on my shot, I've been working on my defense, but I didn't get good at any of them. I just got a little bit better, which that is the goal, is to get a little bit better. But why not get a lot better at one skill and then move to the next one? Because it's not as if you're going to lose it. You just have to fine tune it as you stop working on it, little by little. So just something to think about again. Everybody doesn't have somebody telling them how to kind of think or approach the game. And so that is why I'm here. So I thank you for joining us as you always do. And, shout out my man P for always coming through and trying to learn something new. And Basketball U, shout out to you as we continue to grow. I'm going to film a daily vlog and train you too. So be on the lookout for that as that is coming up. So basically you're going to be rolling with me and we're going to do workouts and train together. So a little bit different than what we were doing before. All right. So Basketball U, appreciate you for coming through as you always do. And remember, someone's always working. Are you?